All right, Magic City. We have Brent Spiner up next. You might know him from a little Spiner. I'm sorry. You might know him from a little show called Star Trek, so give it up.
Thank you. Thank you. That is the single greatest introduction I've ever had.
Probably the best of my career so far.
You shouldn't go on and on so much. I'm going to put my phone here in case I get an important call. Hi, everyone. I'm Ric Flair. And woo yourself. I'll take on any man in the house. Or woman. Preferably women. All right. Hey, everybody. Should we do a photo op real quick?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
All right, go ahead. Anyone wants to take a picture? Do it now. Okay, that's enough. All right.
Well done. Christine.
Christy.
Well, you can call me Christine since I messed up your last name.
This is Christy. Everyone. Hello. Welcome to the Brent and Christy show.
Yes. There's a couple people here to see you.
It's so nice. I'll be doing photo ops later, by the way, and I just want you to know for the 1,000th person in line, you get a free photo op. Okay, what's up, Christy?
All right, so I think before we take questions, because there's a lot of people that are going to want to ask you questions.
Yes.
A lot of people know you from Star Trek, but what are some other things that you've done that people might not know about?
So you see, clearly, Christy, you're the only one who has no idea.
Okay, for your information, yeah. I knew about Night Court, okay?
Okay. All right. Well, should I do my whole resume? It could take all night. It's you first. What would I know you from, Christy?
What am I from?
Yeah.
I was on a really silly video game reality show.
A video game reality show? What's that?
It was terrible. I don't want to talk about it. Very dark time in my life.
Was it dark time in your life?
It was a dark time. It's still a dark time.
Gosh, that must have
been. The internet never forgets is the issue. So, yeah, we don't.
We'll talk later.
Yeah, we'll talk later.
I don't know. So, is there anything else you want to know about me that maybe they already know?
I feel like we can probably just let them ask the questions, and we can talk later.
You promise?
I promise.
All right. All right. Does anyone have a question? And is they all right here? Is that where the questions are?
They were ready to go before you even got on stage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, are you guys filming this?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it going to be like released in theaters all over the country?
Yes.
At some point?
IMAX.
Okay, beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's going to be in 3D then, right?
Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Brent Spiner.
Hey.
Thanks for coming out. My name's Andrew. Pleasure to meet you.
Andrew, nice to meet you.
Thank you. One of the things about the next generation, you'll probably get a lot of questions about that, is there was a lot of character development. The original Star Trek didn't really refer to different episodes, and you didn't really feel the growth and movement of the characters. And so particularly Data, wonderful character on the next generation.
Thank you.
Evolved. And what was it like for you as both an actor and both Data to evolve in this role?
You know what, Andrew? I don't really remember.
You lost the memory chip.
That was a long time ago, and no, you know what? It was really great. Is there oh yeah, I am on film. There I am right there.
That's what you look like.
And over there. Oh. Well, that's it.
Data's looking at you over there.
Yeah. Oh, there I am over there. Okay, cool. Lots of different shots of me. Can we do a tight,
Yeah.
just a, yeah.
He's got you. Hang on.
Because I want you to see what sincerity looks like.
That's sincerity mixed with a little confusion.
I come with the confusion part. No. Anyway, no, it was great. It was a wonderful character to play, as I recall, and you know, as you say, the character did evolve. He went from being almost a blank slate in the beginning to coming. You know, I asked Gene Roddenberry originally, "What is it you want from this character?" And he said, "I want him to begin really as a blank canvas." And by the end of the series, whenever that may be, he is going to be almost human, but not quite. And I think that's where they took it. And for me, it was really fun when they added the emotion chip, because I got to, a character I had played for 7 years suddenly became entirely different.
Well, you can use contractions.
No, I couldn't. I could still not use contractions.
We were waiting for that.
What show were you watching, Andrew?
The same one apparently Christy was watching.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sorry. Thank you.
Christy, you really need to go IMDb me, and
Let's do that right now.
you're going to be so impressed, really. Hi.
Hi, Brent.
Hi.
I'm Lauren, and
Oh, Lauren, I've met you, right?
yeah, you have met me actually.
I have, right?
I want to say I completely idolized you growing up, and I got to meet you
I remember.
when I was 11 in Vegas.
In Vegas?
And I was so starstruck. But
You were 11.
I was 11.
Right.
Yeah, I'm 18 now.
You're
but
18 now?
I'm 18 now, and I was just like you actually.
You
and
still are. You're just like me.
I was so starstruck, but you were so lovely to me, and it was one of the highlights of my childhood. And I just want to tell you that.
I'll
but-
never forget it.
I can't believe you remember me. But
Lauren, do you remember when you came up and said hello to me? I said, "Hi, Lauren. How old are you?" And you said 11. 18. You grew up amazing.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
My question, I think something all of us love about Data is how he tries so hard to humanize himself. And I really want to ask if you think he had at least some sort of ability for emotion before he got the emotion chip, like at all, or was it not until the emotion chip that like he really?
You know what? Data was sort of. Do you guys mind if I just talk to Lauren privately? Lauren.
Yes.
No, Data was a character that I felt like the audience helped me create the character. Because Data was constantly saying, "I have no emotion, I have no emotion." And the audience was writing me and saying, you do, I can see it, you have emotion. And it was sort of a symbiotic experience between me and the audience creating that character.
I feel like in the episode with Lal, who I always wanted to be forever, like I desired to be Lal, but I feel like it's almost so sad because Data is reducing himself, like telling himself, like I don't have any love for this girl, but you really see it there. Like he does love his daughter, like absolutely, but he almost won't allow himself to love her.
Well, that was your interpretation of it, and as an audience member, you painted that color onto it yourself, and that was sort of the beauty of playing the part, is that the audience got to also participate in deciding who the character was.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was so awesome meeting you again.
Thanks, Lauren. Good to see you again. I'll see you in, what, 11 years? Yeah.
Hey, Brent. My name's Don. You did get to play some other characters, like Laura, right?
Yes.
You know, what was that like? Kind of, was that like an alter ego kind of adventure, or did you have a good time with that, or what?
Let me just say this: when I played both Data and Lore, it allowed me. Well, first of all, it allowed me to work with my favorite actor. Really, what could be better, right? No, it was actually a lot of work. The only thing worse, I mean, it was a lot of work because I had to be on both sides of the camera. And so we would shoot one side of it and then we'd shoot the other side of it. The only thing more difficult than that was when I had to work with the cat, with Spot. Because Spot, of course, was the worst actor I ever worked with. And
It wasn't animatronic, right? It was a real cat.
it was a real cat. Not only was it a real cat, it was a bad acting cat. Spot could not take direction. And they would always write things for Spot that were impossible for a cat to do. Yeah. But so yeah. Anyway, I hope that somehow clears things
thanks.
up. But
Just one more thing. Are you ever going to go back on Big Bang and get on Sheldon's good side? Thank you.
I'd like to. They haven't invited me. Maybe we could start a letter writing campaign right here today. You know, maybe. Thank you. Maybe you want to start it, Christy. Is that?
I mean, we can start it today.
Okay.
I did just Google your name, though.
Oh, you did?
I did, and
It's one N, by the way. It's,
the first thing that came up was, "Dude, where's my car?"
Dude, where's my car? Yeah. You don't? Did you see Dude, where's my car?
No.
You've never seen Dude, where's my car?
I think I might have, but I might not remember it. You know what I mean? It's one of.
Don't feel bad, Christy.
I don't.
I know you don't.
I don't.
But yeah, you've seen Dude, where's my car, haven't you? Yeah. I think Dude, Where's My Car, by the way, was one of the great films of the 90s. I mean, seriously, it's like Dude, Where's My Car, Schindler's List. But Dude, Where's My Car, though, really, I think, kind of was the quintessential 90s movie, though. It really defined its time in kind of the way American Graffiti did in its time. And, you know, there's a lot of movies like that sort of really are about the time they're shot in. And I played a guy named Pierre, the ostrich farmer, French ostrich farmer. He should have had his own film, Pierre, but...
I was waiting for that spin-off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it was me and Ashton Kutcher. Have you ever heard of Ashton Kutcher?
No.
No.
Who's that?
He was married to Demi Moore for a little while. And, yeah. Okay.
Got nothing.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Brett. My
Hey.
name is Jeremy.
Jeremy, hi.
The gentleman before me actually asked the question I was going to ask, so I'm not going to waste everyone's time.
I could
with that.
answer again if you...
Well, do you think Data would have been as good of an officer under the tutelage of, say, Spock or someone else?
Well, let me say this. You know that Data was a fictional character, right?
For real?
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry. I think Data would have been a great officer under even Christie, if necessary.
Terrible.
Thank you very much.
Captain Christie, I like to call her.
And I hope to see you at the Fallout panel, judging by your T-shirt.
I was in
Fallout.
yesterday.
Oh.
Power armor. Made
That-
it myself.
That's Fallout 4,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
See, I'm no fool, Christie.
Wow.
So-
I'm impressed.
yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Caesar.
Caesar.
Kind of piggybacking off of someone else's question that they asked you about what it was like to play Data and how you kind of made it all humanized and everything. When you were trying to humanize Data himself, though, did you find yourself personally changing in your day-to-day life?
Well, I was getting older. But
You're not that old.
Let me just tell you something. I remember when Rick, the wrestler, was a little boy. That's how old I am. He was the first boy wrestler. What's his name? Rick what?
Rick who?
What is it? Look, Ric Flair.
Oh.
Yeah, you know Ric Flair, right?
Yeah, he's here. He's like the Hugh Hefner of wrestling.
He's the Hugh Hefner of wrestling.
Oh, I saw him backstage.
In what sense is he the Hugh Hefner of wrestling?
He's just a very handsome older man in a robe.
Yeah.
That's as far as I got, yeah.
Oh, there you are. Yeah. That's how old I am. I remember Ric Flair when he was just a child, and I was already an adult. So what does that make me exactly? No, you know what? I don't think it changed me particularly. I was just, it was a job. It was a very, very good job. And I was really grateful to have it. And I worked with a lot of really wonderful people, but we were working 16 hours a day for 10 months out of the year for 7 years. And so it was grinding. It really was. I just finished doing a series that's going to be on Cinemax in June called Outcast. Are you anybody here familiar with Robert Kirkman? He created Walking Dead. Yeah.
I know who that is.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. So he created, it's a new show. It's based on a comic book that Kirkman created called Outcast, and I play an evil character. Hard to believe, but I did. And there's only 10 episodes on pay cable. It's on Cinemax, and there's only 10 episodes. And somewhere around episode 7, the kids in the cast were going, "Oh, I'm exhausted. I can't believe we have 3 more." And I was thinking, when we did Star Trek, we did 26 episodes a season. And when we got to episode 10, we thought we were home. It was practically over. And these kids are whining now about, it's 10 episodes. It's a piece of cake. But anyway, watch this show in June if you have Cinemax. And if you don't, then you can't watch it. But I'm sure it'll be on Netflix eventually if you don't have it. It's a really creepy, scary, no zombies, but very, very creepy show.
Thanks.
Thank you. Tell me your name again.
Caesar.
Caesar, yeah. Well, thank you, Caesar.
Hello again.
Hi again.
I'm Rebecca.
Of course.
I saw you at your booth earlier.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you if you enjoyed working with Spot, but when you saw my shirt, you told me you didn't like him.
Right, I didn't like
So
Spock.
I revised my question.
That doesn't mean I don't like cats. I just
You
didn't like that cat,
He
or
was cute,
rather,
though.
should I say, those cats.
You can't say he wasn't cute though.
I could say that.
Don't say it.
Yeah. No, he was cute. So
well,
was
my-
she, by the way.
What?
There were 2. One was male, one was
I thought
female.
you said there were 3.
Well, there were 3. The first one wound up in cat heaven before episode 3. Yeah.
Anyways, my question now is, Geordi was Commander Data's, closest friend on the show, and I was curious if you were actually close and did you enjoy acting with him? If not him, who did you enjoy acting with the most?
You know what? I enjoyed working with everybody on that show, except Michael Dorn. And the only reason I say that is because he can take it. If I said that about Jonathan, he'd start crying. Seriously. But Dorn can take it. But no, we're really close friends, all of us. And I loved working on the show with everybody. It was really fun, when you got the next day's call sheet to see who you were going to be working with the next day and what the combination was going to be. It was fun if it was just me and Patrick. It was fun if it was me and Patrick and Jonathan. In answer to your question, LeVar and I are really close friends. I was best man in his wedding. I was best man in Patrick's wedding, his second wedding. Second. I was, Gates' son is my godson. So we're all really tight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, Brent.
Hi, dude.
My name is Erin. My mom watches Star Trek.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part on the show?
My favorite part on the show. Do I know your mother, by the way?
I don't think so.
I've never met her?
I don't think so.
Okay. My favorite part on the show, that's not your father behind you, is it?
No.
No. Because I've met him. Have I met you, Erin?
I don't think so.
Oh. My favorite part on the show was when I would look at the camera when it was shooting me, and I would look really hard, and I could see your mother watching TV, sitting on the couch when I looked right through the camera. She seemed to be enjoying it so much. What? Ask her if she remembers sitting on the couch watching the show, because I remember seeing her do that. You're not buying a word of this, are you? No. You know what? My favorite part was what I just said, actually, to the person before you, was the people I got to work with and the people I got to meet because of the show. And I don't mean just, I met a lot of really interesting people. Have you ever heard of Prince Charles of England?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him. I met Stephen Hawking. Have you ever met Stephen Hawking?
No.
You've ever heard of him?
I don't think so.
Very smart guy. I met him. He was actually on the show. Ask your mother. And I got to meet Ronald Reagan and this one and that one. So many interesting people. I got to work with astounding actors, not just the regulars, but the guest stars as well. But I also get to meet all of these people. I get to meet you. I've gotten to meet people all over the country, all over the world. And that would not have happened if I hadn't been on that show. I got to meet Christy.
You're welcome.
You know? And, no, but seriously, I hope someday that you do something that allows you to meet and get to know as many wonderful people as I have.
Okay.
I mean, you'll never meet anybody as wonderful as me, but if you do, no, I hope so, Aaron. You're a good guy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good question, Aaron. Yes, don't tell me your name. Let me think. Pat.
From Vegas when I was 11.
I said. Can I tell you something? And don't be offended. You were cuter then. No, Pat, right? Yeah, I never forget a name.
Thank you, Mr. Spooner. And Chelsea, you're wonderful. Okay, rapid fire.
Yeah.
Do onions make you cry?
No. I know they make you cry, but this guy actually, his wife told me, he teaches what kind of class does he teach? Comedy? I thought you taught comic books. Comedy? Oh my gosh.
I'm bombing now.
Okay, here's the number one question you always have to ask, right? Ask me what makes me a great comedian.
I would have, but you're really not funny.
No, come on. He teaches comedy. That's all right. Never mind. Do you have a question, Pat?
I actually do.
Yeah.
And it's a serious one. If you could be in...
But you can tell your class this. Just go.
I have students here. I know. I saw a couple.
All right.
I'm doomed.
So ask me, what makes me a great comedian?
Okay, so what makes you a
Timing.
great comedian?
All right, that's the oldest comedy joke, actually. You've been in his class, haven't you? You're all right. Go ahead,
If
Pat.
you could be in any other film role, what would be your dream role?
I've been really lucky to be in a lot of stuff that's been interesting. I mentioned to you, I think that I just finished. Well, I didn't. I finished in August shooting Independence Day 2. Independence Day. Do you know Independence Day?
No.
You've never seen Independence Day?
No. I'm joking. Of course I have. Whoa, I have.
Remember me in Independence Day?
No.
Oh, Christy.
I only remember Jeff Goldblum.
You're killing me, Christy. It's
Yeah.
all right. Anyway, Jeff's in it too. He's in number 2 as
I
well.
know, and
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So I finished doing that in August. I was scheduled to come here to this convention this weekend, and I got a phone call. We need to do one more shot of you on the 15th. Can you be here on Friday? And I was like, I've got a plane to. So that's why I had this growth, is because the good Dr. Okun returns again, and I did my shot yesterday and then got on a plane. The only part I can think of that I actually was jealous, and a friend of mine played the role in a movie. It was years ago, but he was fantastic in it. And I was so jealous because it was such a juicy, wonderful part, was Mandy Patinkin in The Princess Bride. That role, Inigo Montoya, you killed my father. Prepare to die. He was fantastic in that. He's great in everything, though. He's great in Homeland, as well you know. It's right up your alley, comedy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Pat.
It's funny because it's not a comedy.
Homeland's not a comedy? Are you kidding me? I know.
Okay.
I know, Christy. Thank
I
you.
was worried for a second.
No. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Wait, don't tell me your name. Cesar.
No.
Yes.
Call me Jose, but I told you it was John.
I know, but now it's Cesar.
I can
All right,
dig
John, I know. Go ahead.
Okay, so I just have to say that my favorite episode from TNG was Data's Day.
Data? What
yeah.
in the world? Brent Spiner as Data. What?
Okay, Data, I'm sorry.
You know, do you remember the episode with Dr. Pulaski?
Yes.
She called Data, and I said, my name is Data, and she said, Data, what's the difference? And I said, one is my name, the other is not. Yeah. You need to go back from the beginning and start watching again.
I've watched it like 10 times.
Wow.
From the beginning.
John. Oh, dear. All right, go ahead.
I just wanted to know, that episode was my favorite, and I love the dynamics of how Data explored his humanity. But I just wanted to know, what episode was your favorite as an actor?
You know what, for me, and I know this sounds absurd, but it was like one long 7-year episode. It wasn't like, oh, this is a good one and this is a bad one, although there were bad ones and there were good ones. But it really did just seem like one long, huge episode. I don't know what my favorite was. I liked the Sherlock Holmes episodes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I think I basically liked all of the episodes where we went into the holodeck. Those were always fun because we got to do something else. I guess most of all, the episodes where I got to act opposite myself. Like Brothers, I got to play 3 different characters, and they were all me.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
very dynamic. Even though Data itself was a blank slate, like you said.
Yeah.
I think it did give you a lot of diversity when you got to play different roles, especially in the holodeck.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
thank you very much.
Thank you, Cesar.
Hi.
Hey,
My name's Emilio. And
Emilio, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, thanks.
All right. I just wanted to say that Data is like my favorite character in like all of Star Trek. And
I'm sorry. I didn't hear that. Could you?
sorry, I just want to say that
Yeah.
Data is like my favorite character in like all of Star Trek, and I wanted to
thought that.
ask,
Yeah.
like, so there's like rumors about a new Star Trek show coming up.
Yeah, I've heard those too.
Yeah. Do you think that if someone called you up and said, "Hey, would you like to return as Data?" Would you?
I don't think anybody's going to make that call. It's been, we haven't done a movie for, when was Nemesis? 2001 or 2 or something like that? And we haven't done a movie since then. I haven't received a call from Paramount Pictures since then. I doubt it, but I don't think so. I might play Dr. Sung again, because, you know, Data really shouldn't be an old yet very glamorous man at this point, right? You know, Data really shouldn't age, and somehow it did happen to me, and I'd be happy to play Dr. Sung, maybe not full time. I'm on another show, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
True. Well, thank you so much for answering the question.
Amelia,
I love you.
thank you
As
so
an actor.
much.
Yeah.
You're very kind. Thank you.
Thanks.
Good disguise, by the way. You're disguised as a hockey player, aren't you?
Casey Jones?
Who?
Casey Jones.
Casey Jones.
Yeah, from Ninja Turtles.
From what?
From Ninja Turtles. Have
From
you heard
Ninja
of that?
Girls. No.
No?
What's Ninja Girls?
Ninja Turtles.
Oh, Ninja Turtles. Oh, but I just thought of a new idea. Ninja Girls.
That's
Yeah, Ninja Turtles, of course. Ric Flair's in that, isn't he? Ninja Turtles. I know Ninja Turtles, of course. Yeah. Thank you, Emilio.
Good
Hey,
afternoon, Mr. Spiner. My name is Dan.
Dan, is that your own hair?
Yes, it actually is.
Very natural looking.
Yeah, I know. It
Yeah.
runs in the family. I'm sorry.
All right.
My question is, because Data couldn't or could not use contractions, did that add just another difficulty when you were performing as the character? Like, did you ruin a bunch of takes because you said can't or couldn't or wouldn't?
No, because I memorized the script. You know, I wasn't making it up. It was written. And I memorized it as they wrote it. And they wrote it without contractions. Now, this is interesting because, again, not to put down Michael Dorn, and I'm not putting him down, but sort of am. He took it upon himself to stop using contractions as Worf. I don't know if you've noticed that, but Worf doesn't use contractions either. And they wrote contractions into his script, but
So you were a bit more professional than he was in terms of reading the scripts and...
more than a bit. But let me say this, the really weird part is he stopped using contractions in his own life. Yeah. Yes, Michael Dorn, if you ever called him, his voice machine said, "Hello, this is Michael Dorn. I am not at home right now, but if you will leave a message, I will call you back." So I'm like, what is wrong with you? You know.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hi, Brent. So I understand from the previous questions that you do not like Spot, but I think that emotional attachment could be negative or positive. So did you get emotionally attached to Spot?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. That's fine.
You know what? Spot was a pain, and I have mentioned this before, that the writers made every effort to irritate me by writing stuff for Spot to do that he could not possibly do. And they, you know, if you worked with Spot, if I opened a script and I saw the name Spot, I knew I was going to be there for a long time that day, and that was depressing when we were working so long already. And they would say, you know, like, oh, Spot would just do ridiculous things. You know, Spot jumps off the bed, comes over to Data, puts one paw up, and I was like, come on. And there was only one time in the entire series that Spot delivered on the first take. And that was, it literally said, Spot eats tuna out of a can. And he did it right the first time. And, you know. But there is a love-hate thing going on, I'm sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi. So one of the reasons I think that Star Trek really resonates with so many people is kind of the optimism and the messages, the positive messages that it sends out. So is there a message or an idea that you really take with you since your time there?
Well, yeah, I think in a lot of ways, Roddenberry really nailed it because, and I say Roddenberry, I mean Gene Roddenberry, who was a genius, and I think he really kind of nailed the idea that in the future we will celebrate the differences between people. It will be what attracts us to somebody rather than repels us, or the differences in people. And I think we're living in a world right now where that's not really happening that much. And I think we'd be a lot better off if we could appreciate one another in all of our diversity.
Thank you so much.
Yep. And that goes for you too. Okay. Hey.
Good afternoon, Brent.
Good afternoon.
My name is Nye.
Nye? Mm-hmm. Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about Spock, but tons of people are already asking.
Do you know Bill Nye, the science guy?
Oh my gosh, I knew you were going to go
You
there.
hear? All right. Go ahead.
No, I wanted to ask you, particularly having worked behind the scenes and seeing all the CGI and being in all the simulators and, you know, seeing how everything is set up on set, how was it then seeing it on screen? Did it take anything away? Did you still enjoy it? And if we had starships today, would you want to serve on a starship?
Well, that's question number one. What was question number one? It was, I know, let me ask question number two first. I would not want to be on a starship. I would not want to be, I don't like heights at all. I don't even like standing if I can help it. Lying down is what I'm good at. Good. Yeah. But knowing about all the CGI and all the magic and all the technical stuff that's going on, does it prevent me from enjoying it when I look at it? I don't really look at it. So I've seen, of the 176 episodes of Star Trek and 4 feature films, 176 episodes, Christy. I've probably only seen about 4 more than Christy has. No, actually, I've seen about 20 episodes, and they were probably the first 20 because I wanted to see what the show looked like and what I was doing, and you know. And once I saw it, I kind of went, you know what? This is redundant. I'm reading the scripts. I'm acting in the show every week. It's taking up 16 hours of my day. I need to spend the other hours doing something else. And so I watched other things. And I don't love watching myself. I like the delusion that I'm really fantastic. And that's what's going on in my head when I'm working. Yeah.
I totally get that. Thanks.
Hi.
Hey.
My name is Minuet.
What, Minuet?
Yeah.
Minuet? That was a character on Star Trek.
Yeah.
Are you named after her?
Yeah.
Wow, cool. Minuet was a cool character. She was on Law and Order too. Do you watch that?
No.
She wasn't. Her name wasn't Minuet on Law and Order though.
Can you imitate everybody on the bridge?
Oh, almost everyone. There are certain people that I do better than others, and he hates it when I do this. I can't do Gates at all. I don't have her. Jonathan, not really. Patrick's the only one I can really nail. I mean, Dorn, I'm okay, but Patrick, I can, if I'm in good voice, and I'm not in particularly good voice because it's so loud out there that I've got about half my voice left. But if I had the whole thing, you would think I am Patrick. Do you think I am Patrick now?
You don't really look like him.
Okay, good. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Minuet.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Constance, and my entire family has been watching Star Trek forever. And while growing up, I decided that I wanted to make an AI. And the first thing my parents did was they'd have me read things like I, Robot or anything that said AIs will eventually take over the world. But not a single thing would deter me except for, I think, The Measure of a Man, when they have to do the court case on whether data is property or not.
Right.
So my question is there anything in the series that you can remember as that very long time that really made you feel something about something that was your dream or something you've wanted to achieve?
I honestly don't. I don't know. Maybe. I think maybe my dream has always been just, and I've been able to live my dream, really, just to play as many characters as I can. I mean, obviously, Data is a character that I got to play a lot of different things, and it also sort of locked me in a way to one thing. But I have got to do a lot of stuff, and that was always my dream. And I'm one of the lucky people who got to live a dream. But in order to do that, you have to commit to it, and you have to go for it, or it's just not going to come and knock on the door and say, hey, here I am, your dream. Let me, invite you to do what you've always dreamed about. You have to go for what, for what you want. And so you have to build that AI. Right. Have you started yet?
I actually came up with some of the bases for making personality traits based off of when children develop their first favorite color.
Yeah.
And using that to sort of further what people consistently have an opinion of without recognizing it.
Wow. Well, should you actually build this creature, will you make it look exactly like me?
If I could, I would, but after watching Nemesis, which my dad waited forever because he knew it would destroy me,
Yeah.
I would rather not.
Oh, okay. Well, Hey, you mentioned Measure of a Man, by the way. Did anybody see the movie Ted 2? That's Measure of a Man, right? It actually is Measure of a Man, by the way. Seth MacFarlane, I was at Seth MacFarlane produces Patrick's show, Blunt Talk, and I happened to be at dinner one night with Patrick, and Seth came, and we were talking, and he said, I've got my second movie, Ted 2. I had the story all ready, and I saw a trailer for another movie and went, oh my God, that's my movie. So I had to think of something else, and he said, I went home that night, and I watched Next Generation, and it was Measure of a Man, and I went, that's the story. And he turned Ted into me, or me into Ted, or whatever.
You're an inspiration for everybody.
I am. I really am. You, Seth MacFarlane, Christy. Yeah. Thank you so much. Good luck to you.
Hi, my name is Emily.
Hi, Emily.
And I know that everyone's asking you about Star Trek, but what was it like on your short time working on Star Wars Rebels since the new movie came out?
I really had a good time doing Star Wars Rebels. A great guy, Greg Weisman, who created Gargoyles and Young Justice. I played the Joker on Young Justice, and Star Wars Rebels hired me to play a part, and I loved being in the crossover. Of course, I'm in Star Wars The Force Awakens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I play Harrison Ford in that. But yeah, no, I had a great time. Huh?
Couldn't tell the difference.
No, it's hard to tell. No, but I had a great time doing it. I loved the fact that I was on Star Wars and Star Trek, and I'd like to be on anything that has the word star in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and our last question.
Hi, my name is Heather.
Hi, Heather.
I was wondering if you enjoyed working with Patrick Stewart.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. No, Patrick is a wonderful man. He really is. No, I love Patrick. He was a perfect Captain Picard, and he was also a perfect person to be sort of the leader on the show. And we all regarded him as such. I mean, he was, I don't think that was necessarily true of all the series, all the Star Trek series, but Patrick really, he was the leader. And he does that very well. And he's a great guy. He's a real mensch, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
And I have one more question, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind, but let me clear it with. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
You know how you were working on Warehouse 13? Did you enjoy doing that?
Yes. Warehouse 13 was really fun.
Really
My old
was.
friend Saul Rubinek asked me to do that show. Do you know who Saul Rubinek is? He played Artie on Warehouse 13. He was in an episode of Star Trek where he played Kivas Fajo, the guy who got kidnapped, or kidnapped me, or Data. I had done a play. I did a play off-Broadway at the Public Theater in New York years ago. One of the first jobs I had, it was me, Saul Rubinek, Mandy Patinkin, and Diane Wiest. And none of us had done anything at that time. And so Saul, actually there's a really sad story about that episode because he wasn't originally playing that part. It was another actor who took his life over the weekend. He shot for 2 days and then took his life. And so we had to start over, and I knew Saul, and I said, Saul would be great in this part, and he came in. And then when this part came up on Warehouse 13, Saul said, you got to have Brent come up here and do it. And so that's what it's like in show business.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
All right, and before you guys leave, we are going to take a selfie. So if you want to come up to the front of the stage,
Oh, okay.
not on the stage, but to the front.